What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Natural Grace. I'm here today for another video. I want to discuss how to transition from a meat-eating diet to a plant-based one. This is a question I get a lot, from different people who are curious about changing up their diet and going towards the plant-based route. So I want to talk about my top 5 tips that I personally think are helpful in making that transition. Okay, so tip number 1, make sure you are making the transition for a purpose. You have a purpose in mind for why you are doing this. So for my own personal reason, I decided to switch for health reasons. Not because I was sick or anything, but just for preventative. I just wanted to take better care of myself and ensure that I wasn't damaging my body by eating things that would be toxic. And a lot of diseases run in my family, and a lot of those diseases are reversible with diet. So for me, that is my driving point for sticking with it. But for some people, it's for the love of animals. They are tired of animals being mistreated and slaughterhouses and things like that. So for them, saving the animals is their purpose. Or if you for the environment, going vegan and going plant-based helps cut down on a lot of pollution and things like that. So there's all kinds of reasons out there for you to switch, but if you don't really have a reason, you're more than likely gonna fall off course. So make sure from jump you have your purpose, and that will help you stick with it. So tip number 2 would be to make sure you educate yourself. And when I say educate yourself, make sure you use your resources. You go on like YouTube and you check out vegan or plant-based YouTubers. There's documentaries out there that will explain things to you, because what's going to happen when you get out into the world and say, hey guys, I'm not eating meat anymore, people are going to challenge you. Like, it's all of a sudden everyone becomes, health experts and things like that. So when you educate yourself, you are able to, I don't want to say defend yourself, but you can defend yourself and say, hey, this is why I'm doing it, and this is why I'm not going to be protein deficient, and this is why I don't need to drink cow milk for calcium and things like that. Just make sure you're able to be armed up with the knowledge when people try to challenge you, or not necessarily challenge you, but some people may be interested in going vegan, going plant-based, and you need to be able to help them. And educating yourself, reading books, checking out documentaries, all that kind of stuff can help you help other people. So that would be my tip number 2, educate yourself. Okay, so tip number 3, I would say, is always be prepared and have a plan. Because when you cut out animal byproduct, that limits you sometimes when you go out. So you have to be prepared. You have to learn how to meal prep. You have to learn how to read labels and identify things that you shouldn't have. So for me, meal prepping is the key, because when I go to work, it's easy for me to have my food with me. I know exactly what I put in it. I know exactly how I want it to taste, and I'm not limited to just eating a salad. But when you don't have food with you, then you're more, you put yourself at risk on, caving in and eating things that you shouldn't have, because you do have to eat. You can't starve yourself. So I would definitely say meal prepping. Make sure when you're going out to eat, if you know you're going to a certain restaurant, take a look at the menu before you go and see what they have. Most of the times, a lot of restaurants I know here on the East Coast, they have vegan options, vegetarian options, things like that. But if they don't, then you should probably eat before you go if it's for like a social event or something. And that way when you get there, you're not hungry and you can still have a good time. I would also say to talk to the servers. Don't be afraid to talk to your waiter or waitress and say, hey, I'm vegan. I don't see anything on the menu. Is there any way that, the chef can, make something for me? And sometimes that'll actually work, because being a vegan, all it means is no animal byproducts. So they might be able to throw you together a dish with some quinoa and black beans and things like that, and it can end up being really good. So don't be afraid to be vocal. And if they still can't do anything for you, then you might be out of luck, but at least try. So if you ahead of time though call or look at the menu, at least you'll know and you can make adjustments where you need to. So that is tip number 3. Just be prepared and always have a plan. Okay, so tip number 4 would be to join social groups. Try to find plant-based / vegan, even vegetarian. I've seen all 3 groups online, and meet other people who are doing the same thing you're doing and are on that same journey. It makes it so much better when you personally know people who are doing the same things that you are. And you can motivate each other, you can bounce recipe ideas, you can go try new restaurants together and things like that. Having a support system of people just like you is always awesome. Just in the last couple weeks, I've had the opportunity to meet up with 2 other vegans in my local area, and we met up for lunch and just got to talk about our journeys and just share the love. And it's really, really good, because a lot of times when you're with your peers, your friends, your family, and they're not doing the same thing that you are, they'll make fun of you and things like that, and it's all in fun. But it's nice to be around people who are doing the same things, and that way you can build each other up and really prosper together. So definitely get out of your comfort zone. I know it might be a little weird to meet people online, but it's 2017. Online now is just the way things are, and it's a very, very helpful tool. So you can do something like go on Instagram and type in vegans in whatever city, and all these profiles will come up, and you can try to connect with those people, and it can end up being a great thing. So definitely use your resources and meet other people who are on your same journey. So that's tip number 4. Last tip, I would say to try to make your journey fun. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's going to be difficult enough to make the transition. So try to get creative and make it as fun as possible. So some people can go cold turkey and wake up the next day and cut out everything. People like me, I couldn't do that. Now it was a slow transition. So just set goals for yourself. Say, okay, this week I'm gonna cut out my red meat, and then maybe the next month you cut out your poultry, and then the next month you cut out your dairy, and so on until you can get to where you wanna be. And if you mess up, if you slip up and you cave in and eat something, it's not the end of the world. Just the simple fact that you're trying to make a change is huge. Just correct yourself and start over. It's not that bad. You can also make it fun by cooking an all vegan meal and inviting your friends and family over, having them kind of try things and kind of share your journey with you. And you never know, if you're a good enough cook, you may be able to convert some of your friends and family over too. So everybody's journey is different. Some it's harder than others. You are your own individual, and however you get there, you will get there. Just try to stay motivated and use all my other tips that I talked about. Educate yourself, make sure you have your purpose, stay prepared, have a plan, and surround yourself with other people who are doing the same things that you are, and you'll be okay. It's your journey for a reason. It's not everybody else's journey. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you came across this video because you're interested in transitioning, I hope you could, take away something from this that'll help you along your journey. If there's anybody out there watching and you have your own tips you want to share on how you transition, please feel free to leave a comment below so other people can see it. There are so many ways of transitioning out there. I just didn't want to make this video too long. So feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like this video if you like the content, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.